Stop letting society tell you about the best skincare routines, the hottest plastic surgeons, or the cream that will keep your skin from aging. It's time we start asking ourselves, what the fuck is beauty anyway? If we remove all the IG filters, is there more to a beautiful face than just skincare? Well, I'm here to share it with you, and hell yeah, there is. My name is Jen Carrasco. I have been an esthetician, as well as a high-level fitness competitor, and an all-around badass for over a decade. And I need you to know there is way more to keeping your mind and body clean than just a cream. Join me each week as I cut the BS out of getting healthy, caring for ourselves, and caring for our skin. I share real tips, real ingredients, and real experience. Now let's get some answers on what the fuck is beauty anyway. Hey guys, it's Jen. So I am excited about today's content. It's going back to beauty and skincare. I actually have been having a lot of DMs and a lot of emails sent to me on just skincare in general. So I thought today I would go through a lot of different questions, and then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna look online and see what people post online and what's, like the biggest questions on Google or any of that. So I went through some questions on Google that people ask, and then I also went on to some questions from Women's Health magazine that they replied back to. And then I took in what I have that has been sent to my DMs for questions. So I really kind of wanted to go over all of it, and I wanted to clarify a lot of the BS that's out there. And I did this on one of my last podcasts about skincare and really what you need to do for skincare in and out. And, you don't need a slew of products. I have people message me all the time and DM me and ask me about certain ingredients and products, and this product is like $300 but it has this ingredient. And honestly, unless you are getting some amazing stem cell therapy product that is frozen and incubated, and you're going to be spending $300. But when it's coming to a serum or anything else, honestly, if my opinion is if it's over $150, $160, you're getting ripped off. So I'm not saying that for every single product that's out there, but I'm definitely saying from my knowledge, and I'm here to give you, drop you guys knowledge on what you're going to spend your money on and what it's worth. Okay, so let's go over a couple of the questions that I've gotten. People ask me a lot about face masks. So if you see or hear pages ruffling, I made myself some notes so I stay on track. So face masks. My answer for a face mask is, do you have to have one? Do you have to use one? No. Honestly, I think sometimes with acne prone skin, if you are using a face mask, it will actually, I think, cause the acne a little bit more because it constricts it. Your pores aren't able to breathe as well. As far as somebody who is dehydrated or drier skin, it's not going to make a huge difference with your skin, but it will definitely hydrate it for that time being. But masks do not penetrate into the cells of the skin. So they're underlying right on the surface. I mean, our skin is our largest organ, so we're going to absorb some of the product that sit on there, but it's not going to really penetrate to make a huge difference in our skin. So it's definitely just going to hydrate like the superficial tissues of the skin. So when you think of face masks, and if you're on a budget, honestly, it's not worth it. I'd rather you stick to a really good cleanser or a really good moisturizer or an amazing sunscreen versus getting a face mask. So the next question was about toners. People asked if toners are really worth it. I honestly don't say toners, I say balancers, because when you think of toners, you think of, that product that strips your skin with the acid and and alcohol, So a lot of times acne people like those type of toners because it makes their skin tight, but you have to be careful because sometimes if you do use those products on the surface of the skin, it can contribute to more oiliness because your skin thinks it's dry. So therefore, we're going to be producing more oil to lubricate the tissues. So it's almost like a catch-22. So with me, I do balancers. I only have one spray and it's for everybody. And it is at a 7-point pH level. So it hydrates the tissue of the skin without stripping it, but it doesn't strip it of its natural lipids and oils that your skin needs. It just balances out without giving you moisture. So toners, my instance, I don't think they're worth it. A balancer, something that's going to pH your level skin, is 110% worth it. So the next thing, which is all the craze right now, is the charcoal mask. So is that going to make a difference, or is that going to detox your skin or get out the acne? Hell no. It will not at all. Charcoal mask will not do anything to your skin. It's the same thing as a face mask. It sits superficial. Honestly, it's not worth your money. They make charcoal for drug overdoses. So honestly, if you're not having a drug overdose and you're not taking it internally, it's really not going to do too much for your skin at all. So the next one we're going to go over is serums. Serums are huge because there's so many array of different serums out there that you really have to know your knowledge and if somebody's selling you BS or not. So a lot of serums are oil-based, so they will clog your pores. They will cause you to get acne. So you really need to be careful. You need to make sure that the molecule is going to be small enough to penetrate the skin and actually work underneath the skin and not just sit right on top of the skin and clog the pore. So my honest opinion is don't go and go to the drugstores or Neiman Marcus or wherever you want to go to. Be really careful about what products you're doing and really seek a high-level esthetician or a skincare practitioner before you start dropping tons of money on serums. So the next thing is someone DM'd me about cucumbers on the eyes. So cucumbers on the eyes are amazing. They definitely feel good. They do a lot, I think, more or less for just kind of cooling your eyes down if they're irritated. But if you're thinking about dark circles or puffiness, anything like that, cucumbers are not going to work. They are not going to help with any of the swelling. They're pretty much just kind of a moisture base to sit on the skin. Definitely if they're cold, they're going to help with maybe some compression because they're colder. But as far as anything else, no, not at all. So the next one, I hear this a lot, is, oh, well, I'm on a Korean skincare line and, they do this and they're amazing, blah, blah, blah. So skincare lines are all created, honestly, by the same manufacturer. And I don't mean that like one manufacturer does them all, but there's probably, I don't know, like 30, 40 companies out there, but they actually have like 20 skincare lines that are all under different names, and one can be a Korean, but honestly that Korean based line is probably the same as an American made line. So it's the trap of the advertisement, the manufacturing, how they're doing it, what they're trying to promote to you that is special. Honestly, do your research because a lot of these skincare lines all come from the same company making tons of them. So just be careful and don't get stuck thinking that your product is amazing if it's made by, one skincare line that makes multiple, and it's the same thing with supplements. It's the same industry, is that a supplement, they will probably, one company will have like 5 different supplement lines. So just be cautious, just know what you're buying into. The next one is light therapy, which is like LED lights, infrared lights, things like that. My thing is that just be careful, not careful. I mean, it's not going to harm you, but just be cautious. Know who you're going to. If you're going to a place that looks a little shady, they don't really have a lot of money invested in good equipment, and they're using just like a handheld device that you could use at home, then why are you going to drop your money on doing that when you can buy something and use it at home? So we have a LED light in my facilities, which is top notch. But I also sell handheld devices that you can take home and use on an everyday basis. So make sure that you just have a skincare person that really knows the quality of good machines, good quality. Next question is the all natural skincare. So this is actually my quest that I am doing with my Virago skincare line, is I am creating more of a natural skincare line. Now, skincare lines depending on what you're trying to do with your skin. So if you have more acne prone skin, unfortunately you need more chemicals in your ingredients, as far as maybe like glycolics or salicylics or something like that in there to actually make a difference in your skin. The same with hyperpigmentation. You need certain ingredients in there. All natural skincare line is maybe more or less for somebody who doesn't have super reactive skin, but you also have to realize that even if it says an all natural skincare line, they all pretty much have the same preservatives. So you need to just read the ingredients, know your ingredients, go back to one of my last podcasts that gives ingredient lists and it goes over ingredients. So that way you have a little bit more knowledge on the ingredients that you're putting onto your skin, because you do want to think that your skin is the largest organ. So whatever we put on our skin will penetrate through our skin to our whole body. It's the same thing if we eat something. It's the same thing if we put it on our skin. It's going to get absorbed no matter what. So skincare, someone asked, what is the age that I should start a really good skincare line or skincare regime? My honest opinion is after age 21. I think you should be on a sunscreen no matter what until age 21, and a really good cleanser, depending on if you're acne prone, blah, blah, blah. You should be on something when you're younger. But as far as an anti-aging skincare, I would say age 21. And it's not that you have to be on a slew of anti-aging products, but you definitely need to be on a good cleanser. You really need to be on a good vitamin C, and you need to make sure that you are using a really good sunscreen. So the next question that I got was, how often should I be washing my face? I always tell my clients to wash their face at night twice. Once to get off the makeup and debris, once to go in a little bit deeper. A lot of times nowadays, women are using really heavy makeup. So a lot of times you're going to have to wash your skin about 3 times. If you have acne prone skin, you definitely have to wash your face probably morning and night a little bit. But my honest opinion is only once a day is perfect, because then you have your natural lipids in the morning to lubricate the tissues of your skin. So usually I will get in the shower in the morning and just rinse my face with water and not use the soap on my skin whatsoever. So the next question that I got was, how often should I exfoliate my face, or should I exfoliate my face? So this is a great question, because I get tons of clients coming in that use the Clarisonic brush, or they use the microdermabrasion resurfacer. All that stuff honestly is really harsh for the skin. So think about cleaning your skin 10 times manually. The Clarisonic brush goes in 10 times deeper than what you manually can do. So what that's doing is it's actually stripping your skin of its natural lipids. It's going in and really diving in deep and cleaning, which can dehydrate the tissues of your skin. So to me, I never recommend a Clarisonic brush or the microdermabrasion. I think it's way too harsh for your skin. I think you should be coming in and seeing an esthetician about every 4 to 6 weeks, but not doing anything else like that on your skin at all. I think it's a waste of money, and I think it is just not beneficial for your skin whatsoever. That is my thought. So going back on exfoliating the face, I personally think you should only be doing once or twice a week, and it should be a light exfoliation, nothing harsh on your skin. Now, if you are trying to do hyperpigmentation or if you have acne, it's totally different. There's different types of exfoliants you should be using on your skin. So that's why it's important to definitely find somebody that you can really trust and put your confidence in to take care of your skin. So the next one is acne prone. The question was, washing it too much. So a lot of times I have clients that tend to come in that get eczema on their skin, even though they're acne prone or cystic acne. And where it comes down to is they're actually cleaning their skin like 3 to 4 times a day, which is completely harsh for your skin. It's stripping the natural lipids. So honestly, for acne prone skin, you should only be really washing it twice a day, morning and night, depending on the acne and how severe the oiliness is in your skin. So the next one is acne causes. So meaning her question was, what causes acne is pretty much what it was. And everybody's acne is different and it depends. It could be that they have a gut issue. It could be that the type of bacteria that's on their skin. It could be hereditary, that unfortunately your genes have a certain genetics in there from your mom and your dad with acne. So honestly, nobody should be dealing with acne. There's so much out there now that can help with acne, cystic acne, all of that. A lot of it is underlying issues, I feel, that's going on in the body, that there's ways that we can treat that. So I definitely feel that nobody should be suffering with this. Nobody should be suffering even with hyperpigmentation or dry skin or anything else. It all goes back to something that's going on in your body. Another thing is I had a question about redness and blood vessels. So I have a client that asked me questions about blood vessels, and she told me that she uses the nasal spray on her face for the blood vessels. And honestly, yes, it will work. It will constrict those blood vessels for a time being, but also know that you don't want your skin to get used to using that, because eventually it will kind of tap out and you'll have the redness no matter what, and that nasal spray won't help it anymore. So I would say use it on occasions. The next question I got was how to minimize pores, or if we can shrink pores. And my answer is absolutely not. You cannot shrink pores. You can minimize them. You can make them look smaller. I typically put my clients on a good retinohydrate, which is a form of a retinol that will help to make the pores appear smaller, to exfoliate the cycle of the skin a little bit more. Also, maybe using a primer with your makeup, that definitely will help to minimize those pores and make them look smoother. But honestly, pore size is due to your oil production. It's due to how much oil production you produce. And that typically is why people have larger pores, or if you see a donut-like pore, it's just an overproductive oil gland is what it is. And a lot of times we can go in and zap it or cauterize it, and that will kind of constrict it and shrink it back up. So there's ways around it, but pretty much to minimize the pores, we can do things to minimize, but we cannot shrink them. There's no possible way. The next question that I got was, can I pop my pimples at home? My answer to that is no. The reason why I say that is because if you go on a picking spree for acne or blackheads or comedones, any of those, with extracting that, if you don't know what you're doing, you're actually causing damage to the underlying tissue of the skin. And then on top of that, you're creating more bacteria to go on to other pores of the skin. So a lot of times I will see a client come in and she has like a cluster of pimples in an area, and I can tell she's a picker. And what happens is when you pick that area, then it kind of bleeds out into the other areas and you get that bacteria. And then now you have more acne versus just that one pimple that you had. Now, if you have a big ass whitehead on the skin, that's totally different. That means that that bacteria is already at the surface of the skin. So what I do is I tell my clients to get Q-tips and almost like pinch the skin to where it's going underneath. So you're not pushing down on it, but you're pinching from underneath and popping it upwards. Because you have that whitehead on there, that means that that bacteria is already up at the surface, so it will pop right out. So when you're done doing that, make sure that you use something with an antibacterial right on the surface just to kill any bacteria so it doesn't bleed in the other pores. So that is okay for me, but to sit there and go on a picking spree, I would say no, not at all. Come in and get a really good cleaning from an esthetician. So the next question I had was, what is, out of all of the skincare, what is the number one thing? And for me, I always say a sunscreen, because you cannot reverse sun damage whatsoever. It is definitely what is aging you. So I typically will break out from certain sunscreens. My skin is super sensitive. So I use a Jane Iredale makeup. I've been using it for 17 years. I love this product. It's a natural based product. There's no milled shit in it. It's 100% pure, but it has an amazing sunscreen and it lets the skin breathe on top of that. So I will use the Jane, and I've never had any issues. I don't have a lot of sun damage on my skin, and I like to go out. I'm always out and about doing activities outside. I never will get sun on my skin with this product. So the next question that I have a lot is makeup removal. So a lot of people use those pads on their skin, and my honest thing is, don't do it. They're way too harsh. You're rubbing your skin and it's getting red, which is that you're causing inflammation. You're causing more aging on your skin. Inflammation causes aging. Think of it even internally in your skin. If you eat shit, you're causing inflammation in your skin. It's the same concept with your face. So you don't want to use a harsh skincare product. You don't want to use a wipe to clean your skin off. You're causing more damage to your skin. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You might not see the results now with using it, but you're going to see it 20 years down the road, where you're now aging more around your eye area or your tissues dehydrated more. It is just not worth it. It's worth using a really good skincare cleanser or a makeup remover that is made for certain areas of the skin. So to end today's podcast, I wanted to go over what the importance of the skin is and the overall health. So our skin is the largest organ in our body. What we put on our skin goes into our body. You guys have to realize that, I see a lot of people out there that eat clean, they eat really good, they drink their water, they're doing their exercising, but what you're doing internally to your body is huge, but what you do externally is even bigger, because your skin is absorbing every single thing you put it into, whether it be harsh, air environment, your moisturizers that you're using on your skin. A lot of times we just go to Target, Amazon, wherever, and we just buy a moisturizer for our skin. You guys should be really looking at what is in the ingredients in that, because your skin is absorbing that. And a lot of times I will see people with whiteheads or cholesterol deposits on their face or their body. And a lot of that is a lot of the skincare creams that they're putting on that's getting trapped. So just be knowledgeable about what you're doing to your skin. But other than that, that's my drop of the knowledge today on skincare. If you guys have any other questions on any skincare routines, masks, any questions whatsoever about anything based, reality of skincare, nutrition, diet, DM me or email me at virago.studio. That is my website, and you can go on there and check out email. You can check out skincare products, anything like that. So anyway, have a fabulous day today, guys, and thanks for joining me. Thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you feel more empowered and more inspired to love the skin you're in. As we navigate new society norms and beauty daily, make sure to always ask yourself, what the fuck is beauty to me? And know that's all that matters. If you love this content today, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow me and get more info on my guests at viragostudio.com. Yes, I said it, viragostudio.com. And that's the shit. See you on the next episode, beauties.